Okay, hello and welcome to a brand new series. So, in this episode, we're going to be starting a mod pack called All-in-One. Timer and dimensions. Dimensions are generated in a vanilla world that is skyblock. That means you're free to get all of their resources. Your time is limited by a timer display. Cool timer. This timer isn't added by any dimension mod. It's added by the time is up. Let's start. You have to create a party in order to use F. Gotcha. Don't forget to do the quest. Don't forget to do the quests. If you get stuck, this quest book is meant to be a complete guide, but can contain some tips, some mods that can also have a Now we are in the flatland. So we are in the flatland, 1 block mined, although I haven't mined any blocks, but we've mined the block now. We got dirt chest 9,000, which I guess can store a stack of dirt, which is cool. And we got a stack of dirt, so maybe since mobs are spawning, what I should do is make an actual platform for more stuff to spawn. And what I'm realizing now is that there's water down there as well as some other stuff. So, oh, I can't break that. Okay. It may be a good idea to at some point build down and get at that, but for right now I think I'm just gonna build a little 5 wide area that goes out a little bit. And shoot, that's a little annoying. Trying to think of a way to get that back. I don't think there's a way that I could get that back, so we're just gonna build out a little bit right to here. Now let's pick up our iron chest, and hopefully we can get some saplings and tree stuff soon. I don't think there's anything we could make right now, because we need 128 dirt. I need to breed animals. I need for sandy bricks, which may be a better shout than using the other things. We got our first sapling. Okay. Is there twerking for trees? Is the real question. It looks like there's not. So what I'm gonna have to do so that we can actually have more space, but right now we're just gonna mine until we get something else, and hopefully that tree will grow for us. We probably should get the tree. We got some sheep though, which is dope. Another sapling. Big. We got another sapling, which I'm gonna leave some space. I wish there was a way for me to get grass blocks right now, because right now we're kind of just on dirt, which is a little unfortunate. Shoot, I probably should have tried to save those bees, but I don't know what else we could have really done there. Okay, we got our first pig, which is nice. Also got an apple, and trees still have not grown, which is a little bit unfortunate. We also got another sapling. Which, what do I need for these sandy bricks? I need 10x clay balls. Ooh, we got our first tree growth. Okay. Something unfortunate happening where the outsider what drops the leaves and it ends up throwing one off the island just because they're at the edge. So we just gotta be very, very careful because I don't want to lose anything. And I know I haven't played many skyblock packs on my channel. I don't think major skyblock packs, but this one is one of them that I wanted to give a shot and check out, and it looked a little interesting, but thankfully we were able to get 3 of the warm blossoms, so let's get you replanted. We need more sand, more gravel, or more, not gravel, we need more clay. We got the 10x clay, now we just need 5 more sand, 4 more sand. I mean grass, so that we can grow the grass on top of it. Is gonna be big. 9 sand. Got 2 sheep, which is great. We also got another stack of those guys. How far into... Okay, 90 blocks mined. We've mined 90 blocks so far that we needed. So that's good. That's big. We also got the big... Holy, that's a big tree. So we've kind of got our starting area by these bricks, just so that we have them. That's probably a big, bad decision. I'm realizing right now. That's probably a really bad decision for us to lose that sheep, or that, hopefully it doesn't bite us in the butt. We lost the pig as well, which is annoying. It is what it is. At least I can start to outline this little... I think what I'm gonna want is a 10 block area on the outside of these, but I don't think I have enough of these sandy bricks for that. What are these guys made out of? And what I'm realizing is I may want to, since we've got this, we can go through these sapling quests. So, which I guess we can plop down right here. And then we can make ourselves some sticks. Because I can, I'm gonna make an axe and a shovel. Nope, there's no tree capitation, because at least we're gonna be able to get what we need to get from these, which is mostly just the saplings, but also is getting a sizable amount of wood at the very beginning in order for us to get started on some of the other mods and other things that are in normal skyblock stuff. So, like, we'll need a lava generator considerably faster with this than without it. And we also got both of those saplings again, which is going to take a lot longer now, but it's fine, right? 4 saplings, 5 saplings, it'd be really... But thankfully we have the 1 block, so realistically we could get back things, watch or listen to while they're studying or doing some other stuff. I think I'd be definitely willing to do a unedited and then an edited versions, but keeping the edited version down to like 45, half an hour to 45. But I would love to hear you guys' opinion. I read nearly every comment. I mean, some comments I don't end up reading, especially if they're pretty negative. I'm very interested in what you guys want me to play, so I'll probably do it, depending on whatever happens. Regardless, we're at a fairly decent spot right now. Got a bunch of wood, got a bunch of stuff, and I guess what we can do is make a couple more shovels and just start going at it with the 1 block. And now we just get to mining away at the 1 block, and hopefully we end up getting something nice. Is there a crook? Is there anything in here? A new population, that's that. Cobblestone, shift right click on grass to get... Honestly, this is a really relaxing sound, so I'm kind of vibing to it. We're at, like, a very high amount. I think what we can do right now is it 9? No, it's 4. Okay, so we've made 2 stacks of cobble. We've already accomplished underground level stuff. Wait, we need a wooden pickaxe. Dope. So we got that. Now I need stone tools. I guess I don't need the wood tools anymore, because I've got the stone stuff now. So we can just make a full set of stone tools. The 1 block analyzer can stay in there as well. But for the most part, what I want to do now... Okay, we've got 2 sheep. Does this count? No, it does not. Okay, so it is animals bred, not animals slain. So we need to make sure that we try and get as many animals to spawn as possible. Ended up not killing as many as... What I'm also going to do is every time we get some grass, probably grab a bunch more of these stones, just so we have a good enough. Although, actually, I'm realizing that we're probably going to hit the next thing, which is like the underground, relatively soon. So I want to make sure that what we can do is we can start growing the yellow sapling, and then hopefully we can get some other saplings too. Soon there should be the grasslands, but I don't know how soon, because of course we get lucky by getting the same stupid yellow blossom. Orange, could we get that? No. We got a cow to spawn. How do I get leaves? Is there shears that are like... Oh, shoot, there's silent gear shears. Shoot, we can potentially get a nice blueprint stuff. If I silent gearify my stuff, then we get that. And then the shear blueprints, I can also make the shears the template boards. We get a bunch of template boards. And then we go and we make ourselves a shears template. And then I make cobblestone shears. Stone shears blade. How do I use the shears blade with... Oh, I could just do that. Okay. And that's how I can get leaves for... So now we have dark oak leaves, which potentially we could get other stuff from, but what I can use it for is for the saplings that we have a bunch of extra saplings for. I can use it on the leaves like up here. We can do that. This is also probably the thing that lets us know that we're getting... Yep, we're at the farmland. Cool. Netherrack, and stuff. Okay, so we still need a bunch of stuff from the flatland, but we're now in the farmland. We need grass. Is there a way to get grass? So starlight infusion, filling by spout. That's gonna be a fluid tank, which is mostly gonna be copper, and then is there a way to get grass? Wait. I'm realizing I'm a little stupid. Because what I'm realizing is that I can actually get grass to spread the actual thing by doing this. Because it will spread through this. So now I just need to wait. So I may just... Honestly, what we can do is I have an extra sunny blossom. I can chuck... Got those guys as well. Blueprint we'll chuck in there. The wood we can chuck in there. The foods we can chuck in there. Water, we should make an infinite water source, which I'm going to do right over here. Now what we can do is we just go like that, and simple, nice and easy, infinite water source, and then we'll get some water going down, and for that we should cut down this. I want to make sure that I get a couple extra saplings, but I don't need like all of them to be extra saplings, so what we can potentially do. So since we got some grass blocks starting to propagate from, and we're going to just keep mining through the grassland because we can end up getting some of the better materials and stuff from this as well. And what we really need, we can turn hay bales into that, and then is there a way to get wheat seeds? So botany pots, wheat seeds. So we got botany pots and then hopper botany pots. We also have, yeah, for that path we would need that. Other than that, is there another way I could get it? Plant drops. It looks like for the most part, we'll just need to get either lucky with seeds. Yeah, lucky with seeds, or find a way to get andesite alloy and that stuff, which I don't know how reasonable that is. Regardless, we should be able to at least harvest most of this. We should be able to, in inventory, fix our shovel. Oh, okay. Forget how Silent Gear stuff works. We probably need the very crude repair kit. Is there a way to make... Okay. Does it need... It probably needs to be broken, but I don't know. It's a little strange. It used to be different. Maybe I'm just wrong. I don't know. I don't use Silent Gear a lot, so I'm probably just wrong. If there's like a block of seeds, though, that'd be very big. Because right now we've got multiple different types of rice. We're getting petal blocks, we're getting melons, and the main thing that we really need is seeds and wheat in order to grow and breed animals. We also got some rich soil, which is great. Cutting board, is it just anvil repairing, or like can you repair it with other stuff too? Because I mean, like, hey, honestly, it's nice that you can repair things. It's just a little obnoxious. Well, I guess that this is going to be a little bit difficult for us, but it should be okay. I need to make sure that we can breed stuff with the wheat we have. We've got the melon slices, we've got the cabbages, we've got most other plants that we can. I've got carrots, I've got potatoes, set aside straw too. Same with rice, that, just so that we have them set aside. I gotta make sure that I have a surplus of saplings before I start farming, because I know that I'm gonna go through a substantial amount of... What was I getting the leaves for again? It was for something, right? It was... So the leaves were being farmed in order to carpets, flowering, grading, supercharging. What? Am I like going crazy or something? Honestly, I should probably just focus on getting botany pots, but I mean, on the off chance that we end up getting something really nice, it's gonna be so helpful. So I'm gonna get rid of my stone shovel because we're just gonna make another one. Why not? Let's just do this. Easy, taken care of. Now those guys are separated. We can at least go through and take care of even more of these blocks that don't really do much for us. Most of it is axe-related blocks, which is funny to me because, I mean, is actually so necessary in a one-block mining fashion, but fair enough, I guess. Okay, we hit the underground. So, we finally hit the underground. Our first thing is a tin ore from Mechanism. Let's first look. We didn't end up getting anything too different. We do have a little bit extra of, but what we need mainly right now is andesite alloy, which is iron nuggets and andesite. Yeah, okay, so we need the andesites or the diorites, silver ore. I don't think I can actually harvest silver ore, which is really annoying. My Silent Gear stuff. So maybe we look at... Is there a Silent Gear guide? No. Okay, is there a Silent Gear tab? Wait, how do I have an iron tier? What? I'm confused. Okay. What can we use for tool rod? Is there a more efficient wood, which gives us flexible 1, versus oak, which is it the same? Is the real question. So spruce is stats 1, 1, 1. Oak is the same. Okay, oak is the exact same. Pickaxe head. We get malleable, and then harvest level goes up. We get those guys. We get our flexible, malleable. Okay. I mean, overall, that's pretty good stats, so let's just do it. I guess we'll see kind of what happens at the end of this. I don't fully know what else I'm really expecting, but should be able to mine the higher tier stuff now, because, I mean, I want to make sure that we're able to mine whatever comes in. Just gotta make sure that I'm using the right pickaxe for it. Tin ore, iron ore, we use that for it. Green sapphire, probably gonna be that one. Multi-gem, we probably use that one as well. Copper, we can definitely use stone pickaxe. Cobble as well. Zinc, okay, cobble. I need andesite. I don't fully know what else we should really be focusing on right now when it comes down to... Okay, we got some andesite. We need... I don't know the actually, I probably should do the exact calculations for how much andesite I need. So, probably a better, more effective use of our time. So, we get a hand crank. It's going to be 2 andesite alloy, 3 andesite alloy. How is the andesite alloy made? 1, so we need 8. So, not a crazy amount. It's mostly just making sure we have enough of everything. So, like, I can combine you guys, and we get ourselves some andesite as well, which is great, because we're going to need 8 of them in comparison to the amount of 6 of our 8 andesite as well, which is great. Just making sure that we're monitoring it, because I don't want to accidentally... Okay, we got you taken care of as well. Probably should make another chest, just so that we have the space for some of this mining loot. Pop you down, and then we'll put all of the mining stuff. I know I'm going to need the iron, and I'm not necessarily going to need the zinc, because what I can use instead is I can use the iron, because the iron is going to be much cheaper for us. Than what I can do as well right now, melon slices as food, as opposed to having to worry about food right now, which is great. I just need a little bit more andesite, so... should be okay. Every single one of these interesting sounding ores we need to mine because we need to acquire it anyway. So it's more important for us to mine it and get it than it is for us to like try and save. Also, there's a reason why I'm trying to make sure that I keep the loot from these guys. I'm just trying to keep that in mind. I probably should also break down the rest of that just so we have that taken care of. So that now we can go through and boss fight again, where we can mine most of this with the stone pickaxe, which is what I'm probably should be using for nearly everything, but I'm not, because, well, but I am also going to be using 4 of our coal for there, and then I probably should work a little bit of an edge around most of this area so that we just don't, so we have a little bit of more of a margin. Being careful and making sure that you're careful are 2 very different things, and I want to make sure that I'm careful and be careful. I think that it's important, so that's what we're going to do. Got that. Add the margin on this side. There, perfect. And that should be good. We should be able to do now. Just chuck it there. Grab most of this stuff. I don't know. I definitely think that 2 iron is enough. Wait, no, because I need 4. Wait. Yep, I'm smart. I'm smart with it. I need more good thing of diorite or 2 more andesite. Okay, we got 1 more andesite. Just 1 more andesite. That's all I need. Cobble, iron ore. You love to see it, honestly. Every single one of these is so helpful for us that I'm just very, very happy how this is going. And now we just do this, and got our 4 andesite alloy, which is perfect. Now we can chuck most of the stuff back into here. We've got our 4 andesite alloy, which I think the main thing now that I need is just... No, shoot, I just wasted a coal. We need a millstone. So we need cogwheel, which we need 4 buttons, and then we just spread them out. And we plop those guys down. We get ourselves our large cog wheels, which is perfect. Then we get ourselves 2 things of slabs. Probably get ourselves a 3rd thing of slabs because we're going to make 2 water wheels. And then we need ourselves a polished slate, which is just any stone. So let's just plop our cobble back in there. And I guess I didn't. And now that I'm realizing that, I'm also seeing that I'm probably going to need some more large cogs. So I may need a little bit more andesite, which shouldn't be too big of a thing. I may actually be able to shoot. I need... That's... Yes, I'm a little bit stupid. I need more anyway because, yep, decided to turn my brain off a little bit. You know, it's fine. We'll make it through, but I may have completely negated to remember that we needed 2 more for the millstone itself, which is why I got exactly the amount that I needed, as opposed to a little bit more, which was probably a bad idea. Learning is what life's about, so if you don't learn, it's tough, but if you learn, you're able to move on, you're able to succeed. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do, because otherwise life's hard. There we go. Perfect. The poison's gonna ruin us, but thankfully, we'll be able to just heat up a little bit, and then we can come back over here, chuck that stuff there. Morganite, we got some onyx, we got prosperity shards and furium essence, we got some sticks, we got some extra coal, which is great. 2 pieces of diorite, which is kind of perfect because that's exactly what we needed right now. This is all so that we can breed stuff, by the way. I just want to make that very clear that this has all been the journey for us to get seeds so that we can breed stuff. And also potentially get some lava, although I don't know necessarily lava. Starlight light well, which is gonna be, but I mean, hey, it's, you know, that's all good. So we need to have our water wheels set up. So what I probably should do, up some more, we go back, pop this down, go up a little more, and then what we can do is we plop our water wheels down, plop that down, we plop that down, and then we should be able to. So that's going to go into a small, which is going to need to go into a larger one, which is then going to rotate it and then translate into a smaller one, which should then be able to activate and help us with our milling. So that's the plan. Andesite alloy, which is just going to be reliant on andesite right now. So, I mean, hey, it's going to be a little bit, but that's fine. What is the stats of store versus... I'm going to need to do a stat check on, like, but let's at least get our milling stone set up first. So, opal, which is great. You'll love to see it. Some more coal ores, andesite, perfect. We got 1 more andesite. I need... 1 could probably be enough, because I think you only need 1 andesite alloy for 4 of buttons, and then 4 of an andesite alloy for the large cogwheel. So that's gonna go up, and then translate that into faster spinning through this guy down, and then that should translate into this guy spinning a little bit faster. No, oh, it gotta go big to small. They go big, small, and then it goes. So if I do it like this, actually, the big goes to. Wait, this cow's gonna get on my nerves, but it's fine. Which then will go to this one, which is not right again because yeah, okay. I just forgot how gear ratios work because I don't know. I just turned off my brain for a second, I guess. So we go like that to that, because I do this to that, and then goes to that guy. There we go. Okay, well, that's fine. And then from there, I should be able to just chuck in that, and then we get that, and that's going to be doing that thing. We're getting wheat flour, and occasionally we should get seeds. I don't know how good silver tools are. And also, I'm realizing we can get infinite cobble, so I may want to, next episode, set up a mob. Probably a good idea, as well as I'm realizing that we're getting a lot more zinc stuff, and also that this pickaxe is actually kind of atrociously bad. So let's just use the better pickaxe. But also, we can just grab, we have seeds now, which means we can start a farm. So let's put that on hold for a second. Let's grab ourselves... a stack and some cobble. Let's deposit most of our rarer stuff. We can leave the seeds and such, and we can also leave the cogwheels and shafts and stuff in here. I'm gonna keep the torches just because, and let's go out a little bit. So 1, 2, and we go all the way back. And then we've got a nice, and then the center will be, and what we'll do is we'll do a column build. So this one will be column, I guess row is probably a better term. We'll do the water row. So let's do the exterior. A good nice pathway around the edges. Be a lot safer for us to walk around if we have just cobble out here. So what we can also do is so that more light will shine a wider space around. So if I do it like this for the maximum, okay, wrong area. There we go. Boop. Just gotta get all the way back. Perfect. And then we go alternating. And then now all this needs to get filled in by dirt, which I don't think we currently have enough right in our inventory right this second. Quite a bit. But then all this will be able to turn into, and I'll probably add a couple strips along the sides, specifically for melons and pumpkins. But I think that this is going to be the best way for us to set this up for now, at this current juncture within our gameplay. Because the main goal is getting to end of the series, which is going to be probably somewhat of a challenge. I'm not going to say it's going to be nothing, but I don't think it's going to be too crazy difficult with essentially the progress that we've done in it. If you guys think this is going to take a while, let me know. I also want to know your guys' opinions on if you think this is a good pack that you would like to see me continue to play. What we're going to do, we need to first start off by harvesting some wood, which thankfully I've been planting a bunch of trees because we needed a lot of wood for just continuing to build and stuff. I also got a bunch of cobble, as you can see. We got a bunch of gravel from that using the mills. Use the mills to get free gravel infinitely by just chucking cobble in there. And we've got a bunch of grass. We've got the farm started over there. And essentially we'll just be able to go through with that to be sustainable for now. The other things that we do want to do are actually in the quests. We don't just want to build an encased fan and go that route for getting a bunch of iron. There's an easier way. And what I mean by that is there's actually a very specific thing. Well, what's it called? It's in here. The 1 block ex nihilo generator. So the placement blocks, we've got graves, we've got the maker, the remove, then we've got the generator. So we need that. Interesting because I don't know how we're gonna get Gaia's spirit right now, because that is a later game thing unless I break this, which is unfortunate. Oh, we get 1 for getting 4 iron, so we need 22 iron, we need an iron pickaxe, and we need a mana lens. Is there a way to get that? What? Did we get a mana lens for something? Actually, it's looking like we are going to need to make the encased fan anyway, which is unfortunate because very interesting. We need a damaging mana lens, which we need a Rune of Wrath, which means that we need to either do an entire another quest to get that or something else. Looks like we just need to go back to mining, and let's just claim all of the rewards real quick because we're definitely going to get something. But again, we're going to get a bunch of stuff that's just going to fill up our inventory as well. So we just got to make sure that we're keeping everything relatively where it needs to be. We got a botany pot, which I also got the materials for us to make my goal for in between episodes. So, and then make ourselves those into, because we want the hopping variety so that we don't have to do certain things. We're also going to place down most of these ores. They're not particularly useful as they are. As you can see, I also got, so we won't really have to worry. I don't know if you guys also saw, but I made an entirely new, as well as a sword. So the katana, mostly the axe, because it doesn't seem to want to work on normal dirt, like turning it into farmland. So it was a little difficult to get used to. But the reason why I have the pickaxe set up this way is because we essentially just need to mine for a bit, and I should probably get sounds. Okay, the game sounds seem to be back up. I don't know why they keep cutting out, but the 1 block and mining that, because we're not going to get a ton of progress unless we're mining that. The other thing that I wanted to do, and this is going to be where we're going to put the melon seed. Rich soil, is that going to be in the botany pots? Good. It's not actually that good. Interesting. Versus the rich soil is minus. Okay, so the rich soil is 1 second difference versus this, which means that to get rich soil, which we need rotten flesh, we need bone meal, and tree bark is when we cutting board, I guess a mattock will work, a machete. Okay, is there a way for us to get straw? Potentially having rice be another one. Rice is what you put into the botany pots to give us the rice, which means that we need an additional botany pot, which means we need more iron still, which means we still need to go the encased fan route, which means we need to go through the tinkers. So tinker, we need to go through the normal route. Is there a new recipe? Because it means that we can do this just like normal. The only issue being that is there a way to get renewable sand? Is there a way to get sand some other method? Which means we need to get ourselves a good old-fashioned little bit of an energized smelter. And then in addition to that, we also are going to need a metallurgic infuser. I think we can work on those as well, but for now, okay, there we go, there we go, there we go, perfect, and we get 9 more straw. I also have straw bales, means we have extra straw regardless. What else do I need for the organic? Ultimately, I think that, okay, we need bone meal, which is just going to be, what, a composter? So, organic compost, we need bone meal, which cutting board on, or I forget how to make a compost. How do I forget how to make a compost? Get all of you guys, and then we get you guys, and then I guess I can put excess seeds in here. We don't need a ton of... Okay, we got bone meal, our first piece of bone meal. Just gotta make sure that... Okay, we have 2 bone meal, which is how much we need. I can use most of the resources that we already have, but what I should probably do... No, we're doing this before I set up botany pots. I want to make sure that I do it right. So we're going to do it once we have all the stuff that we need, and we need to make sure that we're not losing the bone meal. Why do I keep letting the bone meal fly away? For it to turn into that. Okay, cabbage is really good, I guess because of the biomass, but potatoes are really good. Potatoes and cabbage are really good. Wheat's still really good too, so we just gotta keep going like we have been. There we go, and we're at 13, which means that we need... Okay, so we have the dirt. What else do I need? I need the tree bark. So what we can do, I guess we can just chuck that in there. Now we've got a bunch of wood. Oh no. 1 in the water, 1 on top of it, 1 to the side, and 1 like sped up by sunlight. Adjacent water, adjacent activators are more compost. But essentially this will compost and then we can take care of that. I do think though that getting the rice set up first is going to be the most. So I do think that getting that set up first is get ourselves the rice set up. This will fill up with rice eventually. I mean, hopefully placed like that, just so that we get extra space for everything to store. And now it's time to mine. So we are at hardened stone, which is from Silent Gems. Potentially could be a good resource. Comparatively, it is a obsidian level chipping synergistic with incredibly high durability. So potentially we could combine that with a gold and something else in order to make something very cool. I don't exactly what of Silent Gems things are the most efficient or best ways of doing certain things. I need to make sure that I'm gathering certain materials like the granites and properly safely stored. So coal is gonna go in there from now on. And then the rubies and garnets and everything else are gonna go in. Hardened stone will keep. What other stones do I actually need in underground? I need to get diorite as well. That's not too bad. Oh, we got the full classic set of gems now, I guess. And chaos crystals. I know I still do need a better, a better shovel, but that's not the biggest of my concerns right now. I really want to make sure that we're going to fully, but most of that's going to require us to get a bunch of us in the right spaces, and we're able to actually properly go through everything. I mean, we're getting a good amount of everything that we probably should start making, although I don't necessarily know how a fort is going to be useful for, but I do know that it's going to be rather useful, so make sure that I have a good handle on where it is, because we're going to need not a considerable amount of it, because I do think I know that I know what it I mean, who really cares, honestly. This is quite interesting. We're just kind of vibing with it, and a little less of all of the different silent gem ores. It's not too big of a deal that I'm going to like complain about it, because honestly getting all these cool gems is going to be really helpful for making good tools that are consistent and last for a while. So gravel for you guys, and I gotta refill them up. Even more gravel because it is going to be useful in the future to get iron and other stuff. And I know this because even higher rates of stuff, which is what we need in order for us to, and we can take it a little bit slow. The main issue is that I need a bunch of iron for the quests. I guess isn't too big of a deal. It's just like, I don't need to grab all of you guys. Thankfully, the compost stuff is going rather quickly, so I don't have to worry a ton about that. Gravel, extra coal, fun. Grass, interesting. Cool, silverfish, monster hunter. We got monster hunter. That's, you know, that's a big achievement. Another silverfish, interesting. Okay, I mean, that's cool. It's cool and all. I just don't really have too big of a, like, what ends up spawning? Stone link. Didn't know those guys could spawn. You know that I just need so much, and at this point I probably should actually be working on, because I do think that that's going to be more efficient than us just mining through more of this. Let's just do it. Honestly, screw it, I'm not going to care too much anymore. We're at 4 rice pan. Regardless, if we have 16, I have 11 sand, 13 sand, that means that we do not have nearly enough to get a, but as of right now, there's no real way for us to get infinite levels of sand, so for now this is just how, which is fine. It's just a little unfortunate that it has to be this way. What I do think we can do in addition to it, the rich soil is growing. We could do a harvest, which is probably the best bet for right this second, while we're waiting for the sun to come back up. Then we can work on and look through the quests and stuff that we actually need to, because I do think that looking through them is going to give us a little bit more clarity than we have right this second, or what we need to be focusing on and working towards, because I do want to make sure that we're not going like too far in one direction that doesn't really matter. Most of this stuff I don't know exactly how we're going to get it. Wait, we get mystical white petals and then we get the pure daisy to purify stuff. Wait, we just do that already. Is the petal apothecary. That's why it's telling us to go through the, okay, gotcha. So what we can do is, because these are all petal blocks, we can use, which is great because then we can start working on Botania stuff that I thought was going to take us a lot longer. Why I was saying, oh, well, that's not going to be a thing that we're going to have to deal with. I just used one of the white petals, didn't I? That's great. Okay, how am I going to get those? I need white petal blocks. Don't have those. I may have screwed up a little bit. So I don't know if we have to reset off that, but that's a bummer, honestly. Is there a way to get back to a certain place? So we've got one block. Okay, so block catalyst, X analog generator, OB maker, OB remover, one block placement block, the generator. Gaia spirit and mana lens is the issue. The mana lens is the bigger issue. So we need mana steel for that, which is dungeon chest stuff, or arc furnace recycling, which yeah, we can. Because all we need for that is dye, and we can get dye from beetroot. I think we can, and we can get infinite beetroot from, so I guess we just start farming some beetroot. I mean, no reason not to, really. But that's a little bit of a bummer. Yeah, I mean, I've made those kinds of mistakes before, but dang, that was smart of me. Regardless, I know I'm gonna need stacks of, if the grout is seared bricking, shoot, we need more sand, so I need sand anyway. Oh, I need the crusher again, so I need to go through the full mechanism. Is gonna be osmium. How many osmium? So we need 1 osmium for that. We need for that, so 3 osmium, 4 osmium, 5, 6, 7 osmium. So we'll do a full 8 smelts. So we get 1 full charcoal worth of stuff. I can also make the seared heater real quick right now. And the reason why I'm doing this, by the way, is to get the plates in order to make the propeller for the fan. So there's actually no real reason for us to do. You know what? I'm smart with that. Yeah, wow. Okay. Let's just chuck that in here, why don't we? And we can make mechanical press cost. 2 small cogwheels, andesite casing. Probably should take the andesite and the other. And then we got the nuggets, we got the iron nuggets, and we need 2 of you. And then I need a block of iron. So that's gonna be 9 of our iron, which is right now but that's fine. It's how much it needs, so I'm not gonna really complain about that. I also am gonna grab the rich soil because thankfully it is all complete. So, and I should probably make the andesite casing, I guess. So we need logs and wood. I only need one of the andesite casings for it right now, so we'll do that. Not very difficult to make, thankfully. Don't know why I hesitated so much. At least what I can do is I can large cogwheel into a smaller cogwheel. That's gonna be, yeah, so this guy's spinning faster, which is great. And it's gonna be perfect for us, because now what we can do is we can take that, we turn it into a block of iron, then we take it, we turn it into a mechanical press, we plop that down, and then now we just need more iron because we need a fan propeller, which is 4 iron plates, or more of our iron to be turned into that, and then I need my andesite alloy. For the fan, I'm going to need a cogwheel, 2 of the smaller ones, and an andesite casing. Then I'm gonna need a bucket of water and also potentially some more. So if I chuck all of them down, how many will it press at once? Did it do all of them? Did it just... Okay, it did all 3, but it looked like there was an extra one. I was very confused at whether we got 3 for 4 or 4 for 3 or whatever happened. Propeller, and then our... And the faster that the stuff spins, the better. So ideally we want another smaller... I can't. Okay. I plop you here, and then I put a... Okay, we can break that torch and plop it back there. I need a fan. I need another fan, which is not too bad. And what I'll also do is I'll make a little... And I can always add more water wheels if need be. Blowing or sucking. Blowing or pushing. That's both the same thing, right? I need another couple of the alloy. The issue is I need... Okay, let's just mine a bit, just so that we can hopefully get all the stone that we need. Because otherwise it's going to take a lot longer for us to get the amount of andesite and everything that we need. So let's just mine for a bit, see what happens, see if we get anything great. If we do, if we don't, it's fine. Doesn't matter. We just need to get 16 of each of the different diorite and andesite. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like they're too rare. It just seems like they're a little bit rare compared to ores, which is surprising because usually when you go underground, there's more stone there than there is ores, but... I mean, fair enough. Make sure that we're depositing stuff so we don't. I'm very concerned about potentially losing some of the good materials, which potentially I could just clear up my inventory and it'd be easier, but a bunch more of the materials and then we'll be able to continue along. So once we hit the 16 in andesite, probably gonna happen first because it looks like andesite's the most common, then we'll be able to go through. I do think, though, that we can get different resources from different encased fan things, like different things that do actually matter. And what I mean by that is, like, I think sand gives gold, whereas gravel gives iron, which is cool. If you guys want to see me stream this, let me know. I will be to just read through the quest page for the overworld. So, rebuilding the world, building gadgets, we got that. Oh, I mean, there's nothing in... Apparently there's just nothing here, so that's fine. Screw it, I guess. There's just no real reason for us to have to worry. At least there's sand. It'd be very interesting if they could, but I do not think that that's a current. So right now we just need to keep mining, keep going at it. We got another thing of water, which I don't necessarily think is... Okay. Blue ice, terracotta, the red sand, another dirt chest. Voidstone, we got a cow, okay. I'm gonna need a lot more chests to go through just storing all of the random materials that we're gonna get, but I could have used that mycelium. We probably should do if we're going to. So let's chuck most of this stuff, grab most of that, we can chuck the extra random stuff in there. And it's agate, isn't it? Silky. So if we add silk touch to harvest tools, so if I make a hardened stone and then we add phospholite or impure, no, it's gonna be phospholite adds the big brittle, but it's fine. Because the whole point of this is to make a pickaxe that is not going to have to be super worrisome. Durability, rarity, okay, interesting. What about if I do it this way? That's so weird. So if I make sticks like normal, they're bad. Holy, that's a lot of phantoms. Okay, Okay, we got our first phantom. We got a soul gem, water and earth. Okay, interesting. What do I use it for? I don't know. I'm very concerned about the amount of phantoms up in the sky right now. It's a little bit much. Probably should chuck those in. And what we can do is we can chuck that in there. We got our silk touch to that. So we got our silk touch. The issue is just how many phantoms. What the... Okay, there's one coming down. They're just waiting for me to put myself in a vulnerable position. Like, I don't know what I can realistically do about them. Because I mean, I guess I could make a bow, but I just couldn't make arrows. Phantoms right now, because Phantom Membrane, I mean, I don't think we're getting an Elytra anytime soon. So running slightly out of food. Okay, that's... Okay, we've got a stack of potatoes now. Got that. The phantoms are gonna start to burn soon. That's our singular llama, so let's just try and get you back on. Just gotta watch out, because there's so many phantoms. Okay, we got the beetroots, we got extra beetroot seeds, which means we're starting to get dyes, which is... I do also need a stack of beetroots, so that's a thing I gotta make sure that I'm keeping. Also, what I think I'm gonna do, because we still do not have the stuff that... more andesite alloy, is I'm going to do that to get 16 andesite, so then I can use it and make andesite alloy, so I don't have to worry about it. Day 9, cool. 4 more andesite alloy. The andesite in there, got that, and now I need 8 buttons because we need the small. Wait, was it the small cogwheels that I need? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we need to reverse that, which thankfully is really easy because these mini cogwheels are great. So now it's blowing, which is perfect, because what we'll be able to do is using... How do I make trapdoors again? It's that, right? Yep, it is. Okay, that's what I remembered. Utilize just... Ah, well, it doesn't matter. It's fine. So we've got that. Got the wacky washy, and now we get ourselves some good old-fashioned... Okay, you guys are really wanting to get in my way. Holy. Okay, there we go. Now we get ourselves some good old-fashioned washing, and what we can also do is get a bunch of iron now. So let's just plop that down, So we can get infinite cobble through just sifting through dirt like this, because it means that we can just get infinite cobble. The thing that we're doing right now, though, is getting ores and everything else that we need. Got that. I need to re-pick up one of these guys, actually, so we can get that quest accomplished, because now we need crushed iron ore. But if I walk over here, we'll get a bunch of iron nuggets, which is great, because it's just free iron. I'm gonna cook up the dough, and now we don't need to eat our melon slices, so those can get turned into seeds. We've got this already, which means that we can start just composting the living daylights out of our good old-fashioned fun potatoes, which is great, because it means that we don't have to worry about carrying and holding on to potatoes anymore. Honestly, I'm happy that we're at the game that we are, because it's kind of fun. We're just kind of chilling, going through the motions. I do think we can more beetroot seeds, but okay, that makes sense, it's fair. We're going to take our iron ore, we're going to take the gravel out as well as the cobble. We are going to crush all of that iron ore. We are going to do the same with, I think, lead works too. Lead, don't know if osmium works. It does, okay. Copper I know works. Gold works too, which is great. So we can also utilize tin works, okay. Silver probably works. Yep, great. So all of our ores will just turn into ore variants, which is great, because we can just... And I still need the floral fertilizer, which means I need extra dye. So for the most part, it's not the end of the world. We're doing fairly good. Happy about it. I do think that poisonous potato we can use in the composter, which is great. Really have a need for pumpkins, so I think we'll compost the pumpkins too. Perfect. And, okay, let's see what else we can really do in the quests. So we need that. We need the diorite, which is just nether quartz and stuff. Nether quartz is, of course, nether quartz stuff for washing soul sand, which is interesting. This is the main thing that's going to be a little bit of an annoyance. which thankfully it doesn't look like we'll have to deal with a ton of. You think that removing everything from that guy is going to be helpful? Working through our great reserves of copper, and then I'm gonna start doing smaller. Okay, it looks like that's all washed, which is great, because now what we can do is we can just casually combine all of that into iron ingots, which is great because now we have 13 iron ingots. We can submit that guy. We can also turn that into a block of iron, because we also need to submit the mana lens, which means that we also need the flowers for it, snow and a cake, which is great because that's a lot of stuff for us to take care of. But what? You know, interesting pumpkin placement, I guess. Fair enough. I need to breed more animals, which is one of the issues that I'm facing right is that we need to breed animals. There's not enough animals spawning for us to be able to breed, and they also keep running off the edges. Because no matter what I do, they don't want to stay on the island, which is fine. It's just a little annoying. But I'm trying to achieve getting 2 of certain animals so that I can breed them, so that I can get that quest completed. Because that's the current issue that I'm facing. Which is great, because, I mean, we need plenty of bone meal. And we can put the stone knife back there. We can also put the cogwheels back there. I want to keep everything relatively concise, because I don't think we can go crazy when it comes to, I don't think we can go too crazy when it comes to certain things yet. And by that I mostly mean just, like, storage. I don't think there's a storage network system thing that we can go to yet. No, we need to make a stone sword, so let's just do that. Holy, that almost flung me off of the thing when I was trying to open up a chest. That would have been annoying. Okay, we got a stone sword. Now I need an iron level sword. Is that not an iron level sword? It's a tier 3 sword, so... I mean, other than the fact that it's also a katana and not a sword, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal, right? Forget how big the, like, hitboxes of some of these mobs are, because they're actually massive. Fair enough, I guess. Chuck the nuggets into here. Copper we'll keep in there as well. Iron we can store in there. So, we've got the 1 block. Of course, we're in the overworld section right now. For some reason, another thing has happened where we don't have game audio, so I'm gonna need to fix that real quick. But then we have a couple other things we need to go through, because I've done some things in the meantime. So we'll go through that. Perfect. Okay, I think that sounds are back. Let's test it out real quick. It does seem to be the case. I'm sorry, Turtle. Unfortunately, you don't have any friends, but we are going to start off by crafting ourselves, and those are what we need to get a ton of extra clay and other stuff that we can use in the future. So what we're gonna do is, I should probably grab some torches, because we're gonna need them. 4 things of torches, I guess. Where did I put sticks? Plop those in there. By the way, people seem to more enjoy unedited style of videos, so that's more of what I'm going to be doing. If you are one of the people that very much was enjoying the edited ones, then let me know so that I can know who wants what, so that I can just work on... I don't have a ton of time right now, and so my efforts need to be very well spent. Anyway, we get our 8 infusion pedestals and our infusion altar. By the way, the only way to get wool was to get a shepherd, level them up, and get the blue wool that they give. I mean, a significant amount of wool, at least to get started, which is it's not awful, because it's a renewable thing now that we have it, so we can get any wool. We also have a bed, which means we can sleep through the night and make it daytime, which is very helpful, is then we don't have to worry about mob spawning and other stuff. I am also going to need a button, so I do think that I have... Okay, it's day 24, so we're almost day 25, which is nice. We have our water seeds, which are going to produce the water essence. We need these, and I'm going to be utilizing the water seeds to get us more clay, which we are then going to be utilizing much more of the botany pots, because the current limiting factor for the botany pots right this second is actually just the fact that we don't have enough clay for the terracotta that we need. And so once we get that, then we'll be able to take care of it. I should also start, let's get all of our rice taken care of. We can craft up some more of the organic compost. I need to make a water pool for the composting process. Having that'll be much more efficient than we're currently going right now. Of course, we're still trying to get different mobs to spawn so that we can issue with that is that we just don't have. You think that this will work? We just need our cod. If I come over here, will they breed if they get close enough together? Is the real question. I made a fishing rod and that's how I got those. Holy, that was a little bit of lag. But the reason why I did it that way is just because I needed a couple extra materials. Emeralds, because emeralds are actually quite a good material, especially for a renewable thing. So what we can do is we can combine phospholite and emerald to add a bunch of synergistic. Regardless, we also got our repair kit, and the main thing that I'm really going to be wanting to do here right this second, to get more clay, we need water and dirt essence. I know that I can get dirt seeds, so we're going to claim all these guys. Why does the water seeds not need the... Okay, interesting. Very perplexing. So, if I combine it with my hoe in the inventory, then if I do this, we combine it, we get an inferium farmland, and then we should be able to start growing the dirt seeds, which is great. We've got that now. The rice we can take out here. We can sell a little bit more rice, just so that we get what we need to. 1 per, which is great, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which is absurd. So we can put the rich soil back in there. We can start going through the ores. Thumbnails. So I don't know why I have a habit of just putting myself into peaceful mode for thumbnails, even though there's like nothing I need to worry about. In fact, I also need to make sure that I am grabbing the podzol. That one dropped a bottle, which is great. So I got a little bit of onyx, some more osmium. Also got a couple more corundum. The corundum's quite nice because it's going to help us a lot in the future. A little bit more amethyst, but I'll put the bottle in that one. The main issue right now is that I just don't want to push anyone off the edge. Shoot, I keep forgetting that whenever there's blue ice, I need to make sure that I'm mining it. Oh, there's a vindicator now. Thankfully, they're still stupid, but this is going to be a little bit obnoxious. Thankfully, his pathing seems to be quite poor, so I just can't hit him too much. The horse is actually going to get me killed here. Or the donkey, rather. Of course, it would be a donkey. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. We got ourselves... Chuck our obituary off. Grab that stuff, and I probably should make armor. I'm not going to, though, because I don't want to use... What does it need for the rod? It needs sticks, treated sticks, netherwood sticks. So, netherwood sticks is netherwood planks, which means that I would need to go to the nether. I would assume, based on the fact that it's called netherwood. From there, we go phospholite, emerald. Aquamarine has aquatic, but we don't need that. Onyx has... The issue is we need something that's crazy malleable and isn't going to, like... 2 diamonds as well, which gives brittle and lustrous. The other thing is we could make ruby because it increases gem drops, or I could try and ooh, sapphire and ruby are... Ruby is slightly better. Sapphire's better armor, though. Interesting. Emerald has armor stuff as well, so I would need to make the... Okay, silent gear armor stuff. Okay, amethyst is nice. The issue is I'm trying to find something that's not going to, like... I mean, we can try with the current set. So, pretty decent. Yeah, we get 100% repair efficiency. We get... If I instead... what does it end up? It's a harvest level 3 with a harvest speed of 11. The difference is we don't have the Imperial. This one also has synergistic, so, I mean, the difference is just in the harvest level, I guess. But I don't know if that's worth it. I don't think it is at this current okay, template boards, we need logs. Okay, so I need more logs. I should probably get a botany pot specifically for trees. What? Okay, so if I were to put oak saplings into a botany pot, what would it do? What would be the most effective soil? We got all the negative. Wait, so if I do this, and I take the rich soil, and I put that in there, and I do that, how do I get rich soil farmland? We need to, like, craft it with something? Okay, let's just look through it again. So, we got the dirts, rich soil farmland, enchanted soil, bloody Nile, undersun grass. How does just grass do? So with a tree, it just adds 8 seconds. What about mycelium? Mycelium do anything nice? Trees plus 8 seconds again? Okay. How do I get rich soil farmland? Wait. I'm actually dumb. So I just do this, and then I hoe it, and then I harvest. No? Okay. Do I need to do something completely different? Probably. What about if I grab you, got the botany pot, if I plop that down, and can't till it when it's in there, then how am I supposed to get rich soil farmland? Okay, it doesn't say. We should probably make a mob farm, and what I'm also gonna do is we're going to plop our cactus in there, and we're gonna start growing ourselves good old-fashioned oak saplings, because that's what we need. I also gotta make tablet board. I should probably keep the red sand, because sand is useful. And gotta make sure that I grab the repair kit, because we're definitely gonna need to repair it for that. Great, because now we gotta chop down our good old-fashioned tree. Big tree boy. Come on now. Oh, we got a little ladder. Perfect. I cannot see. We should probably get some sleep. Let's sleep real quick, and then we'll be able to go and take care of other stuff. I should probably also turn the brightness up. This looks kind of cool, so I might leave it, but we're at day 25. So let's just template board some stuff. I probably should have scraped off the extra stuff first, but it is what it is. Not what I'm trying to do, but thank you for putting your bread onto my cutting board. No, it doesn't seem cuttable. How is bread not cuttable? They gotta make sliced bread in here. I don't know, like, what is wrong with these people, but not having sliced bread's crazy. Also, let's turn the brightness up. Now, let's just go up and try and actually fully harvest this tree, just so that we don't have to worry about anything too. Wood, extra sticks, and now what we'll be able to do, hopefully, is make ourselves a good old-fashioned set of templates. I don't think I can make... Wait, I could probably make paper. I just need... Wait, I don't have... Okay. That's why we needed... Shoot. That was what I got so annoyed about. Because there was a bunch of wandering traders that spawned. And none of them had anything. Which was really unfortunate. Because I wanted to get new saplings and stuff from them. But they didn't give us any. But we also got an extra set of water seeds. Some water and dirt essence. So we can start a bunch of clay, right? Hooray! Okay, so we've got a ton of clay now. So, we need 10. We need 6 to 10 blocks. So, get ourselves 16 blocks or more. So that's 20 from there. And then 10. We need an additional 10 in order for this to be perfect. But we can make 3 more right this second. Which is great, because then we have that mostly taken care of. Which is perfect. So now I don't have to worry too much about that. Also, pumpkin, definitely pumpkin goes over here. We're getting pumpkins and melons as well, which we can also trade the melons to the farmer, which is great because it just means we're getting extra emeralds. And it is looking like I'm going to build a set of stuff out of emerald as opposed to anything else. So that's exactly what we'll do. I also am realizing that most of... Hey! Dang it, the bee's going to die now. That's sad. I probably should start making the bee stuff be working properly, but I know I haven't, which is really obnoxious, so I'm sorry about that. We gotta make sure to harvest those guys. Ooh, another villager. Villagers are great. Villagers are great. We need a Fletcher. Actually, we don't need a Fletcher, because I don't need arrows for anything. What kind of villager do we actually need? I don't... So is there a way you can breed horses? Does apples still work? Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, but apparently we just got ourselves a donkey. Come on, come on. I don't know if I need 2 of them. Stop trying to throw me off. It's okay. I'm just trying to get you guys... I'm trying to either get you guys away, or so that I don't have to worry about you guys. Just please stop trying to fight against me. Just become a friend. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just chill. We're chilling. Okay, fine. Whatever. I don't care anymore. Gotta grab ourselves all the different materials. Hey! I guess I hit them because they were in the way. Which is lame because I didn't really think that they were a problem. So I feel very happy about that. Yay. Do I have bones? I don't think I have bones. I'm trying to access my storage. Can you get out of my way, you stupid donkey? Okay. These donkeys they might have to go. Okay, well, it looks like Podzol isn't too great either. Also, it looks like I can't breed donkeys, so I don't care anymore. Goodbye. Don't think I have bones. I don't think I have anything that I could really use to dog. That's rough. Anyway, let's just grab as blue ice. I definitely think we'll need in the nether. So, unless there's no nether structures whatsoever, because if there aren't, then there's no point, but it'd be interesting to find out, and it'll be very interesting once we get to see that. Horses have no use. Breaking, whenever there's, like, just normal ice, I keep breaking it, because I just keep not observing that it's ice, and I feel so stupid whenever I do it. Okay, let's just deposit all of the proper stuff into the proper chests. It's not too hard. I don't need to overthink it. I don't need to make it too big of a deal. Just the right things in the right chests. There we go. Okay, so for armor, I do want to grab the leather because I do think that leather is helpful for that. So, what do we need for the helmet? 5 materials. Okay. Where is it? Blowstring lining. Lining template. String and wool, which thankfully I know a guy. Let's level you up too, why don't we? And I think what we can do is we can turn that. I would need that first. Soul extraction, fusion crafting, which is that's all in one. How do we get an original block catalyst? Craft it with mana pearls and mana glass. Okay. But regardless, to get string, how do we get string? Is there a way to turn wool into string? Is the real question. Because if there is, I'll be happy. If not, I will not be happy. Okay, there's nothing for that, nothing for that. We got altar stuff, we got autumn crushing, which means milling should be the same. What is washing? Oh, we get white wool. Okay. So if instead I go and we look how much it's 1-to-1. So, and then what I do is we go in here, we grab a bunch of emeralds. Let's add brittle. I want to add galorium because it has no downside, like with the other stuff. And then we could in theory add the sapphire. So we go galorium, that, and then 2, 3. So then we get super crazy synergy, good armor dura, good armor toughness. I mean, it's okay, right? And then we do the same thing for the chest plate and leggings. I think I'm gonna add extra ruby because extra gem drops while mining goes kind of crazy. So if we go galorium and then we go you, that goes 127 with imperial and synergistic 2 versus synergistic 2 and imperial. What about now? Okay, so 28 7 14. What about you? 27 14 7.5. Okay, so it's a little better if we add sapphire instead of that, but the dura goes a little down. The difference is we don't get the benefit of the additional. So if I do that instead, we get the synergistic 2 again, which is crazy good, and the imperial 2. And we do the same with the boots, except they're 1 of each, which means that we'll instead get imperial 3 synergistic 1, which means that the dura goes a little down. A lot of different things go a little bit down, but that's fine. I mean, it's a valid trade-off, I would say. And then we can make ourselves our lining templates. We get ourselves our leather lining, flexible 2, armor dura +1. I think we do flexible 2 plus armor dura plus that. So now we need more of, oh shoot, yeah, we need more. Because we don't have blueprint paper yet, which means I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Because I need 1 for each of them. Which is a little bit obnoxious, but it is what it is. In the meantime, I guess we could, yeah, that works perfectly. And then we have a much higher chance of getting increased stuff as well, which is great. I'm happy about that. That's a big plus. We get extra stuff. We get a rice bale for some reason. Interesting. A wolf, some permafrost. I'm very confused as to why certain things drop, but I don't hate it. It's very interesting. Now I need 3 more linings, which then we combine with those guys, and then we get all of our pieces of armor. Perfect. We're a little rainbow now. And is anything? Okay, we got 6 extra logs. But it's going really slow, which is fine. It's tough. Let's get some sleep, and then we'll be able to start tackling some other different things. Day 26, I do think, though, that what we need to be doing right now, since we're in the overworld, we need to breed animals. The issue right now is that we don't even get that started. So, we need to go through that, and I think we need a pure daisy, along with some other things. So, what we can do for now is I do think we start off by making ourselves a pure daisy. Break you, plop you back down, fill you back up with water, and then perfect, we got ourselves a pure daisy, and this is going to be turning, the pure daisy turns cobblestone into the rock, right? Pure daisy, netherrack into cobblestone, stones into living rock, water into snow, ice into packed ice, blaze mesh into obsidian. So if I put normal ice, we can get 9 ice. I need logs, I need stones. So we should probably get a full stack of cobble smelted soon. I should probably also farm some more cobble in between episodes, because right now we do not have nearly as much cobble as we once did, but it is fine because we'll be able to be there eventually. And by eventually, I mean hopefully soon, because hopefully soon we can get ourselves a cobblestone generator taken care of. Regardless, I'm going to make the normal botany pots. We go like that, and that, and that. Perfect. 6 more botany pots, which is 6 of the 16 we need for all of the different mystical flowers, which I do want to do because it's going to be very helpful in the long run. But what we can also do is we should get ourselves for that we are going to need the stone, Imperium, and prosperity, which is great because what I should be able to do is turn this of my prosperity shards and a couple seeds, and now we will be able to make ourselves 2 of the special fun stone seeds, which is great because that's all we really need. The other thing that we need to do is we need to get iron seeds, because iron seeds are going to be massive for us right now. So that should be probably our top priority as of this moment after we get these guys taken care of. So let's take care of you, and now we need to look into iron seeds. Are they the same? They are. It's just tertium, which means that I need an infusion crystal and a master infusion crystal eventually, which means that I should probably get inferium seeds as well, which I probably have. I don't actually have. Interesting. So we'll grab 18. Because we need iron seeds real bad. And for that we need a bunch of inferium. What is the fastest growing farmland that we can utilize for inferium? Farmland. Okay, it's just the different farmlands. Okay, well, that's fine. So we should probably get those guys set up sooner rather than later, which means I do think that it is time to utilize our iron, because we do have iron. It's not like we've got nothing. Where did I put the crushed iron? Did I put it somewhere? Did I chuck it? I didn't chuck it anywhere. What? Oh, it's in my inventory. I'm actually blind. I'm looking for it everywhere, but it's just not where I left it. Oh wait, it's in my inventory. Exactly where I left it. Okay, we got our iron nuggies. Great, because it means that we'll be able to make ourselves a couple more of the good old-fashioned setups that we need, which is good old-fashioned hoppers. Grab 2 of our botany pots, because the main reason that we're doing this is because we need resources. So we are going to Hopper Botany Pot, the Inferium seeds. We gotta make sure to get our Inferium farmland. So let's just do that real quick. Get you, we get you. Inferium farmland, okay for now. We're eventually gonna need a lot more than that, but that's fine. Stone seeds we'll put over here too in a bit, but we've got a couple other things generating. It's great because we're gonna fix, you'll love to see it, a good old-fashioned hearty set of emeralde. And need the stone, so we're gonna start getting ourselves some living rock. Holy, okay, I think I muted in time, but I just sneezed very hard, so I'm sorry if it came across. But yeah, no, my bad. Regardless, what we need to do now, and what I think we're going to do, is we need to actually, but also we need to get more animals. Means that I need to actually get animals to breed, so we need to just mine, and hopefully we can get something that we can breed, because otherwise this is going to be really obnoxious. Because we've gotten really unlucky. Like the first set of animals we had were like very quickly succumbed to the stupidity of walking off of the edge of the world, which was quite obnoxious from my perspective. Does this wandering trader have anything special? If he does, that's very helpful. Looks like we've got allium, a white tulip, a blue orchid, and we've got we got a tube coral, which I gotta make sure that we place in water quick enough. I don't know if they die when exposed to a tiny bit of air, but to grab some packed ice while we're here. I'm just grabbing every flower we can because the flowers are incredibly helpful for dyes and other stuff that we need. Yeah, these llamas are quite obnoxious, same with like the mules and the other stuff, because they do nothing for me. Genuinely nothing. Also, Mr. Wandering Trader, I'm gonna have you walk over a little bit so I can start mining again. Got another villager, which is great. Make sure that the llama doesn't end up hitting someone, which is that would be terrible. If the llama hit someone off of the edge, that would ruin this. Okay, we got some more packed ice, some morganite, red corundum, podzol, copper ore, dirt, pink terracotta. Got a cow. What I should probably do, and what we're gonna do right now, is we're going to grab a bunch of those guys, ourselves some fences, and we're gonna make ourselves a little bit of a pasture over this way. So let's just build. I'm making it wider because I'm scared that things will fall off of it, because the animals are stupid. They're so dumb. I mean, it's Minecraft. What do you expect? Okay, so then we go and we build it. Nice, good old-fashioned closed area. Grab you, grab you, grab you. Let's grab ourselves some of the carpet, because that's gonna help us quite a bit here. Let's grab the dirt, because we're gonna need the dirt to get the guy in there. And now we should be able to lead the cow into the pen, and now they're in there, so we don't have to worry about a cow escaping and dying, jumping off of the edge of the world, which has been a thing that has happened. I mean, it's great. It's kind of funny, but I mean, hey, whatever. What we need right now is I'm gonna need my torches. I had some in my inventory. Again, I don't look in my inventory because I just imagine that I don't have them, but I end up just looking stupid because of it. We should probably connect the grass together. Or I could just, we'll just transplant a piece of grass over just so that we have it taken care of. Now let's get some sleep, and then we'll be able to work through a couple more things before the end of this episode, because this episode is probably going to end in a second. Regardless, if you guys much prefer seeing the longer versions of these episodes rather than the shorter ones, let me know in the comments. Most of the comments have been a resounding, we want longer episodes, but I'd like to hear everyone's opinion. As well as, if you are still watching, please comment below for the algorithm just something that you enjoyed about your week. I want to know, and I want to encourage people to think positively instead of being like, well, my week sucked, all these bad things happened. Yeah, but what's a good thing that happened? No one's week is going to be perfect, but there's definitely at least one good thing that happened. So, you know what? Whatever that may be, I want you guys to leave it in the comments. Please do. I will probably respond and be happy that anyone interacted with what I'm saying, because it makes me happy. But yeah, anywho, I do think that we have to just wait until we get some cows, because otherwise it's going to take just such a long time for us to get anywhere with this. But ideally, it's not too out of the way. Thankfully, we're getting some leather and inferium from all of these random, stupid horses that keep coming. But I would much prefer them to not be here, because donkeys and horses don't actually give us anything helpful. It's quite obnoxious, actually, for me to have to deal with them, and I'd rather not. So, if you enjoy this content, just let me know. I really appreciate it. We do still need to get just another cow. It'd be so helpful right now. Of course, we need another cow. We need another couple other things. But for the most part, one cow would solve our breeding animals quest, because then I could just mass breed cows. But anywho, still just need to get. Ooh, a cave spider. Interesting. Ow. Okay, I'm swinging and it's just not hitting it. But, I mean, I guess that's just how... It's just cave spider things. Makes sense. Just eat some. I want to get rid of these donkeys because they're so obnoxious. They're so useless. Like, please, just escape. Escape the confines of reality. Return from whence you came. Okay, there we go. By next episode, we'll be able to work on... Dang it, the totem fell off the map. Totem would have been really helpful. Not for, like, dying, but I think there's things that we need to craft with it that would have been very hard for... Or that are very hard for us to craft without it. So, I do think that any of those things are such a big help for us, but... It kind of is what it is. Also, we're going to add the andesite, diorite, granite, and most of the different stone types to here. So it just makes sense. Regardless, we still just... It's just mining, honestly. Another crab. Interesting. More crab meat. I don't think we can breed crabs, which is why I'm killing them, but maybe you can, and I just don't know. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a confusion. Anyway, I do think I'm going to end the episode here, because there's not much else really going to happen for now, and so I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.